What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to Challenging Celtic with Hearts. Today we are in the Scottish Cup Final. That is right, we are in the final against Hamilton. In the league table, we finished third, which was to be predicted. It was almost guaranteed, unless we really screwed up and let Hamilton overtake us. We weren't going to get up there with the likes of Celtic or Rangers. They ran away with it. Rangers specifically ran away with it. 91 points. Celtic on 82, we're on 68. There's definite gap between the top two and the rest of the league, and that's going to be a hard thing to overcome. That is the goal of the series, but it's going to be a hard thing to overcome. We're going to have to bring in some very quality players. I mean, I feel like we've got some pretty dang good players here right now, and we're not even close to being able to challenge Celtic or Rangers. So, yeah, this is a big ask for us, but in the games since I last saw you, not much to speak of. Obviously, the last match, amazing. A 1-0 win over Celtic. Huge win to get to a Scottish Cup final. You have to think we're favorites going up against Hamilton, beating Celtic to get here. So, other than that, and we played Celtic once more after that, and we beat them in the Premiership Championship group. I'll just ignore this 1-0 loss to Hamilton. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But it was away from home, so they had the advantage, but at home, we beat Celtic again, 2-1 this time. Marcos Leonardo with a brace. They actually opened up the scoring in the 6th minute with James Forrest, but then Marcos Leonardo scores in the 36th, start the second half, scores in the 62nd, and we take a 2-1 win over Celtic. Then played Ross County, beat them 4-1. Again, Marcos Leonardo, hat-trick this time, and he is coming back for next season. We are having Marcos Leonardo on this team into next season. That is a huge get for us. After the Ross County game, we played Aberdeen. Draw 1-1. Again, I wasn't too concerned about these matches. I was playing backups for the most part. Like some starters played that needed a little bit of match sharpness, like Andy Irving, Andy Halliday, Armand, Liam Boyce, John Torrell, who's not really a starter anymore because he's just an absolutely horrific player. Aiden White, Peter Herring, Craig Halkett. So a lot of backups came in. So I wasn't too concerned about the results because we had already guaranteed third place by this Aberdeen match, so the result didn't matter. Same thing against Rangers. The result didn't matter. It was a 3-0 loss. Not great, but again, John Torrell is one of the worst players I've ever seen play the sport. So can't take too much away from us. Armand also equally horrific. No one had a good game. Afonso Sousa played just because he needs some match sharpness, and I need to see him get some good form, which he did not do. But, I mean, yeah. Toro actually had a good game against Ross County, but so did everyone else, so you can't really give him that much credit. But now we've got Hamilton in the Scottish Cup final. Will be the only game this episode. It's going to be the Cup Final Special. So to get into the squad, Ryan Alsop is now our starting goalkeeper. Craig Gordon has just been absolutely horrific for most of this season. Even though we finished third, he's really held us back. Like, our defense has been absolutely horrific. Like, we have one of the best attacks in the league, but we have one of the worst defenses in the league. And I think Craig Gordon has been one of the main people that have led to that. He's just been terrible. So Ryan Alsop's coming in. Michael Smith, another person that's very much at fault with our defense being terrible. He is just like, he might be playing a 7.36 in his last 5, but that is a lie because every goal scored by the opposition comes down his flank. Every single time. Every time they run at Michael Smith, they're either creating a clear-cut goal-scoring chance or they're scoring. So I need to replace him going into next season. I actually feel decent about our center back partnership. Knight Sutar, like, they've done pretty good things this season. They have good ratings. Like, other than, unlike Michael Smith, they actually deserve their ratings, I believe. Like, I feel like they've done a pretty good job this season. So I'm not too concerned there. Having to start Mitch Clark at left back this game, which isn't ideal because he's not very good. But Stephen Kingsley, who's been pretty good this season, he is injured. Aiden White, his backup, is also injured. So right back, Mitch Clark is going to have to play at left back. That's not great, not ideal, but Ono Desoe also coming back next season. So we're going to have some key players back with us. Ono Desoe's back in that ball-winning midfielder position. I brought in Dembele as that right inverted winger. Is he coming back? I can't remember if I re-signed him to another year. No, his contract is expiring. I don't think I'm going to bring him back because he's not been very good this season. 6.91, 6.86 over the last 5. He hasn't done anything positive. Like, he's not been bad like John Torrell, who actually has a slightly lower rating for the season, but I mean, I don't know how he got 9 goals because he's just been the worst player on the pitch in the Scottish Premiership in the last 3-4 months. So yeah, Dembele just by comparison is going to come in over Toro because he can actually play the sport. Ricci, we thought we were getting back for another season, but he turned down the loan. So it looks like Matteo Ricci will not be coming back for another season, which is kind of disappointing because he was pretty good, but I think we can find, if not a better player, then a equal caliber player. I don't think it's going to be hard to find an equal caliber player to Matteo Ricci. He's not anything special. He's a solid playmaker. He's just really balanced player. But, I mean, his defensive ability is really nice. 14 tackling along with that passing, but I'm not too concerned about that. Afonso Sousa, of course, our player, one of the very few ones of actual our players in the team right now. A lot of loanees in. But Sousa is ours, and he's very good, so he's coming back, obviously. Inlundulu coming back. Marcos Leonardo coming back. Our attack should be great again next season. We just need to fix this defense. I don't know if Allsup's our long-term goalkeeper, but we'll see how he plays this game. I think a lot of it's going to come down to this game. If he plays fine, if he plays well, he might hold his job for next season. If not, we might be looking for an alternative. Michael Smith is gone. Is his contract running out? I feel like his contract's running out. It is. He is not coming back next season. Michael Smith will not be returning. He might have amazing long throws, but that has completely overinflated his average rating. Like, all of his assists, how many assists does he have in the season? 7 assists. Those are pretty much all from long throws. Like, obviously it's really useful to have, but when he's just a complete liability defensively, I can't have him on the pitch. He is almost single-handedly at fault with our terrible defense. So, he's not coming back. But alright, that's enough about the squad. Let's get into this match. Playing Hamilton. They beat us last time out, but it was away from home. I believe this is a neutral site, so no team has an inherent advantage. Let's get into it. I'm going to say we owe Hamilton after what happened in our last match. Go out there and get revenge. It's kind of nice to actually have lost the last match because it gives me that revenge option, which always seems to go pretty well. Everyone is motivated. Let's do it. Well, Ryan, the big game is finally upon us. Can you win the Scottish Cup here today? We've managed to give ourselves a great platform on which to perform today, and I hope the players do themselves justice because they've been magnificent all season. You must be intent on gaining a measure of revenge on Hamilton after they triumphed on you last time out. It's something that adds a little bit more incentive to the match. For sure. Not the best form recently, but like I said, we played some backups in the last couple matches. Ndulu and Leonardo have not played. They are our key players, so this is the Hamilton squad. Nothing too scary with that. Especially compared to like Celtic and Rangers. Nothing too scary. Sean Want's a solid player. Scott McMahon's a solid player. Players I've had before in other football managers. Lloyd Isgrove, I don't know if he's really good enough. Is he a Southampton player? I feel like he's a former Southampton player. Or am I thinking of somebody else? If he is a Southampton player I'm thinking of, he's never been very good. But we have a man through on goal. Dembele, and Karamoko Dembele scores after 10 minutes. A beautiful 1-2 with Dan Inlundulu. And Karamoko Dembele finds the back of the net. We go 1-0 up. Let's call it 10 and a half, 11 minutes in. And it's Ricci with a nice ball out. Dembele heads it down. Plays a nice 1-2 with Inlundulu. Left-footed finish into the bottom left-hand corner. And we go 1-0 up. Great start to this match. Absolutely perfect start. We didn't score against them the last time out. We've scored against them after 10 minutes this time. With one of our only 2 shots on target. That's what I like to see. But now it's going to be a Hamilton attack. It's Hamilton on the ball. He's going to be like one of their danger men, I think. Is that the young player I'm assuming? The one of the guys that was supposed to be their young player of the season? So, I guess he is going to be a danger man. As Marcos Leonardo, our danger man, nearly scores on the counterattack. But not quite. They've only had 1 shot this entire... Okay, now they've had 2 shots this entire game. So defensively, we've done pretty well. Offensively, we've looked very dangerous. They've actually had the possession. But possession doesn't mean much, especially to me. I'm not a huge proponent on possession for the most part. I mean, obviously, if you're a dominant team, you should dominate possession. As Inlundulu has a shot from long distance, but it goes over. That looked to be a pretty pretty decent opportunity right there for Dan Inlundulu. I mean, that's not really his thing. He's not really a long shot guy. He's more like a just poacher in the box, but it's still a good opportunity. So what do I say now? 1-0 up. Didn't do anything really much other than the goal. I'm going to say don't get complacent, because that's the worst thing that can happen is the team gets complacent, lets them come back. They need to score 2. I mean, I don't want them to score at all, preferably. But with our defense, I don't know if we can hold them out for another full half. They haven't looked super dangerous, but they've created some chances. They almost have 0.5 XG. We only have 0.7, and we have the goal. Souza with a long ball to Knight, and Josh Knight finds the back of the net. There is our center back that I thought should be doing that a lot more this season than he has been. He's not scored a whole lot of goals, but he's scored a few that, here and there, and none more important than that one. Souza with the long free kick finds Knight's head, and he puts it just over the top of the goalkeeper, just out of his reach, and we go 2-0 up. We've brought possession back a little bit more. It's now 50-50. So they're in this game, but we are creating the good goal-scoring chances, and we are actually putting them away. We're being clinical, which we've been all season. Like I said before, this has been a very good attacking team. So, scoring goals has never been a problem for this team. It's just defending has been a major concern. And that's a sending off. Souza, what are you thinking? You're on a yellow. Why go into that challenge? He's nowhere even close to being dangerous. Absolutely idiotic challenge. And now what do? I think I'm going to take Dembele off for a center back. We're 2-0 up. We need to see the rest of this game out. Peter Herring's going to come in. He's going to play in the middle of Sutar and Knight. Let's put Clark on support. He can stay on defend. Just kick it long to the 2-man up top. Go more direct. Don't run a defense anymore. Just boot it up to the 2 strikers. See if they can do something. I'm not going to play out of defense. I'm going to go defensive. Distribute to the target man. And I think that's it. I don't want to change anything we're doing defensively because we've done pretty well defensively. Now we have more men to defend. I mean, get the silver lining. We might be down a man, but we have more defenders. So, that's all we need to do is defend. We don't need to score goals. So why should we care we don't have as many attackers? As that is what I want to do, though. Just boot it long. Hopefully our 2 strikers up top can do something. And Inlandulu's not being able to get on the end of that one. But looks like it's going to be a Hamilton attack. The ball's been ping-ponged back and forth, but it's McMahon on the ball. Terrible tackle attempt by Michael Smith. Who else? And it almost led to a goal. That is Exhibit A of what Michael Smith has done all season long. Just gotten absolutely made a fool of defensively, and then we nearly concede a goal. Every single time it happens, it's Michael Smith. Unfortunately, our backup is playing left back for us, so I can't even replace him. How is he on a 7.1? I've not seen him touch the ball in a positive manner all game, and he's on a 7.1. Ricci's on a 6.3. Get him off of my pitch. Andy Irving can come in. This game has really gone away pretty quickly. We've really defended well. Let's go waste time. Nothing has happened this entire second half. Since we've went down a man, they've done nothing. So that's what I like to see. I switched to being defensive, and we defended well. I'm gonna leave them in out there. I don't need to make subs for the sake of making subs. Like, this is our best team out on here, except for Michael Smith. But again, Jamie Brandon, I believe, is the player on the bench, and I don't want to bring Jamie Brandon into this game because he's an absolutely horrible player. So even Michael Smith being, equally horrible is probably a little bit better. At least he provides something with his long throws. Jamie Brandon doesn't provide anything, but he's just a person. So he's valuable to have with the team. So let's see this game out, and let us lift the Scottish Cup. And we've done it. Hearts have won the Scottish Cup in the first season in the Scottish Premiership. We have won a major Cup final. What a season. I think this has been as good of a season as we could ever have hoped for. Obviously we didn't compete with the top two, but to finish third, to really set ourselves apart as the third best team in Scotland, and to win the Scottish Cup, I can't ask for anything more. Great end of the season too. Obviously, in terms of form, it wasn't great, but like I said before, that was a lot of backups coming in. So I'm very happy with how this season has gone. These are the exact same options. These are the exact same options. Which one do I want more? Do I say remember when you hang up your boots, or do I say remember when you hang up your boots? Whatever. And congratulations, Ryan. How pleased are you to win the Scottish Cup? This is for the fans. To be able to win trophies and give them moments like this is what it's all about. Absolutely. 2-0 win. Dembele in the 11th minute. Josh Knight in the 64th minute. And then Seuss is an idiot, but he doesn't take away from the shine of winning the Scottish Cup. We have done it. When's the last time we won the Scottish Cup? When's the last time? Okay, last time a non-Celtic team won the Scottish Cup was 2015. Last time we won it was 2011. So, first win since 2011. Our only fourth win in our history? Fifth? Sixth? Seventh? Eighth? Okay, they won a lot early on, but I say a lot. Comparatively, not a lot, but for Hearts, it's a lot. They went on a long streak without winning it. Then we won another long streak without winning it. Then they won a couple times. Then Celtic decided they wanted to win it every year. We were the runners-up last year. We were the runners-up the year before. Oh, no, Hamilton were the runners-up last year. 2 years before that, Hearts were the runner-up before we were managing them. But we got to a semifinal last year, so not a bad result last year. Sousa band, don't care. The Hearts fans worship me. I may not be a god, but I will take your worship. The board are delighted. Good season. Very good season. One last thing we'll do before we end this episode, because next episode is going to be the off-season special, but I think I'll go across some of the stats from this season. Look and pretty much prove that we were terrible defensively, but really good in terms of scoring goals. I'm pretty sure that's what all these stats are going to show us, because that's what I've seen before. Possession, fourth best, not too bad. Not too worried about possession, so to get fourth best is pretty good. Attacking goals, the second most goals, only 3 less than Celtic, 11 more than the Scottish Premiership winning Rangers. So, yeah, we can score goals. Goals per game, we're second, 2.24. Expected goals, second, 67, 1 goal less. So we scored 85 and expected 67. That speaks well about our strikers. Look at Celtics, though. 65, and they scored 88. They're ridiculous. And Rangers had 11 penalties. We only had 8. So, Rangers, they're not that great going forward. They must be defensive gods, because nothing I've seen going forward has made me think that they won the league this year. They're good at crossing, so that's about it. Yeah, Celtic have scored the most goals from corners. Celtic scored the most direct free kicks. We did not score a single direct free kick. We only scored 3 from corners. Quite a few from indirect free kicks, though 6. Not compared to Celtic's 11, but still pretty good. I doubt we passed very much. Third most pass completion. Third most passes completed. That's more than I thought, because we're going high tempo, so I didn't think we'd really complete that many passes. We're looking to go back to front pretty quickly. Most shots on target. That's good to see. Most shots on target ratio. Best conversion rate is very good to see. Up there with Celtic. Dribbles, not very good, but we're not really focusing on dribbles. Possession lost. Ooh. Oh no, 4th best. I read it wrong. We had the 4th. I thought we had the 4th worst. There's not a huge difference between us and St. Johnston. 400, which is quite a few, but yeah, not bad. Not too bad. Didn't give away possession too easily. Yeah, conceded. Rangers conceded 26. We conceded 57. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. We were only expected to concede 41. That right there proves that our goalkeeper was absolutely horrific. We're only, like, with the shots they took, we were only expected to concede 41 goals. And we conceded 57. He let in 16 more goals than he should have. That is awful. So, yeah. Need a new goalkeeper. He's 39. I think we should be moving on from him. Conceded 3 from corners. 1 from a direct free kick. 4 from indirect free kicks. Only 9 clean sheets. Awful. Absolutely awful. We're never on the interceptions or anything. I mean, 4th most interceptions isn't bad. It's actually more than I expected. Clearances were way down there. Possession 1 were way down there. Blocks were last. Why is, like, the user team always last in blocks? It doesn't matter what team I'm a part of. I feel like I'm always last in blocks. Not that I care, but still, it'd be nice. 3rd best attendance. Nothing even close to comparing to Celtic or Rangers, but proving our 3rd best spot. We actually had the highest attendance capacity percentage per game, 98%. That's good to see. 10 sellouts, most in the league. Our lowest attendance was nearly 19,000. Celtics' lowest was 55,000, but net transfer spend, we spent $836K. Celtics spent $6 mil. Rangers spent $2 mil. Hibernian spent $2 mil to finish 7th. That's not good. Salary, wow. So we just got promoted last year, but we already have the 4th highest salary per annum. $5.02 million. Hibernian, again, they finished 7th, and they have the 3rd highest salary. Look at this is what we have to compete against. $5 million, $30 million, $35 million. We're just not even comparing. Like, we don't compare to Celtic or Rangers. Like, it's a different level. They are Bayern Munich. I can't think of another team that would be, like, equal. 1860 Munich. There we go. They're Bayern Munich. We're 1860 Munich. That is the level of gap between them and us. And we still beat them to get to the Scottish Cup final. So that's pretty impressive. Let's look at the player detailed. Red cards, Aiden White, only 1. No one in the league got more than 1 red card. That's pretty impressive. Distance covered, anyone to cover a lot. John Torrell, he did nothing, but he just ran a lot. That's something. Anthony Alonga, the most distance covered per 90. Karamoka Dembele, 2nd. So our wingers are really running around. Leonardo's 2nd best average rating in the league. Daniel Ndulu's up there, and no one else. We are a 2-man team. Very much a 2-man team. And it's Leonardo and Ndulu who will be back. So, obviously none of them are here permanently, which is not ideal. But they're going to be back next season, so that is ideal. I will take that. Goals. Marcos Leonardo ends up the top goal scorer with 30 goals. Almost over double the next non-Hearts player. Alfredo Morelos with 14 goals. Leonardo got 30. Ndulu got 24. Yeah. 2-man team. Expected goals, Ndulu 22. Look at that. Marcos Leonardo was expected 14. And he scored 30. That's unbelievable. I've never seen a difference like that. I've never seen someone score over double what they were supposed to. Even the best goal scorers in the game don't score that much. Marcos Leonardo, I mean, also you kind of think that might indicate that he might see a regression next season because you can't keep that going. You can't consistently score double what you're expected. But so we might see some regression next season, but he's really good. We should be fine with Ndulu and Leonardo up top. Average minutes per goal, Marcos Leonardo, more than a goal a game. Shots, Ndulu, 200 shots. Double the next most shots. Leonardo took 96 shots and scored 30 goals. That is unbelievable. Daniel Ndulu took 200 shots and scored 24. Wow. Maybe Ndulu's not really as good as I've been giving him credit for because he had a lot of shots. And a lot of shots on target. And probably didn't score as many goals as he should have. Huh. Maybe I'm overrating Daniel Ndoula a little bit. Maybe it's just volume that's getting him all these opportunities. I mean, obviously, he needs to get the opportunities to take the volume. You know, he needs to get these chances. He needs to create them. He needs to find himself in the good position to get on the end of these chances. So he's got to get a little bit of credit for it, but I'd like a little bit better conversion rate than that. Conversion rate is not even on the list. Below 18%. And Leonardo's at 31%. What else? We didn't score any free kicks. Direct free kicks, that is. Assists. Matteo Ricci led the team with 15 assists. Tied Ryan Christie for the most assists in the league. Christie played in a lot fewer games, though. So Ricci, our top assister, quickly followed by Alfonso Souza. Had a fantastic season. Ricci's not going to be back, but Souza is. Smith is up there, but again, those are all long throws. Toro's up there. That was like the first 2 weeks of the season. He went crazy like the first 2 weeks of the season. He was great. Thought we found a great signing, and then he's just been the worst player in the league since. Stephen Kingsley also getting some assists in there, which aren't from long throws, so it's good to see that. Assists per 90. Sousa actually had the same amount of assists per 90 as Ricci. Anyone else up there? Kingsley, Smith, Toro, no. Key passes, Afonso Souza. Man, the more I see Matteo Ricci's names on this, the more I'm going to miss him. Because he's pretty dang good. Like, that's pretty good for a deep line playmaker. Have all those key passes to be on this list. Michael Smith, a lot of key passes per 90. He can pass, he just cannot defend. What is his defensive attributes? 13 tackling, 12 marking. Lies. Those are lies. He cannot defend to save his life. Clear-cut chances created. Michael Smith. Most of those are probably long throws. Matteo Ricci attempted the most passes. Sutar had the best pass completion at 96%. Don't really care about crosses. Don't really care about dribbles. We're not going to be on there. We didn't complete many dribbles. Don't really care about the defensive stuff. We're never on those. Conceded. Yeah, Craig Gordon conceded 49 goals. In 30... Wait, no. That was his age, 39. In 29... Oh, my gosh. He conceded 49 goals in 29 games. That's so bad. Like, Xander conceded 51 in 38 games. He's probably the worst goalkeeper in the league. If you look at the goals to game ratio, like I don't think it actually. I really wish it had a conceded per game ratio. There we go, conceded per 90. Let's see. He is 1.69. He is the worst goalkeeper in the league. Conceded 63 goals. He conceded less per 90 than Craig Gordon. I think we waited too long to pull him. Like, he's kind of a legend here, so I didn't really... I wanted to keep playing him, but he's just so bad. Like, how? It doesn't look like he should be that bad. 13 handling, 15 1-on-1, 13 reflexes, 16 positioning, 17 aerial reach. He's got some good numbers. He just does not perform. So, he will be gone next season. We'll need at least a new backup goalkeeper if we don't get a new starter. Obviously, what's his name? Alsop didn't play enough to register in any of these, but what's his save ratio? It's got to be bad. 65%. Alsop 79. Would have been the best in the league. Alsop might be our goalkeeper next season. Obviously, the less people I have to sign, the more I can spend on the few players we do need to sign, so that could be a good thing. But that's the end of this episode. We have Real Madrid in a Friendly Cup semifinal coming up, so that's going to be interesting. Like, that might be double digits to us. No. So, we'll come back for the off-season special. We'll be making a few signings. Right mid, deep line playmaker, right back. Yeah. I mean, maybe bring Mitch Clark back. I don't know. He's not been very good this season, but maybe probably two new right backs, actually. So we have definite holes in this team, but it's a good team. In a few years, we should be able to compete with Celtic and Rangers. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.